Another day, another story. The story of rollerblading is a fascinating journey through time, innovation, and cultural evolution. Rollerblading, also known as inline skating, has a history that spans over a century. Here's a full story about the evolution of rollerblading. Welcome to Taboo Eminent Channel. Late 19th century. The history of rollerblading begins in the late 19th century with the invention of roller skates. The first patented roller skate was created by James Plimpton in 1863. Plimpton's design featured 4 wheels arranged in a single line, making it easier to maneuver and turn compared to earlier roller skates with wooden wheels that moved in a side-by-side configuration. Early 20th century. Roller skating gained popularity as a recreational activity and a mode of transportation in the early 20th century. However, traditional quad roller skates with 4 wheels in a square pattern remained the standard. 1970s. The modern era of rollerblading began to take shape in the early 1970s when a group of American hockey players, led by Scott and Brennan Olsen, decided to create a new type of inline skate. They wanted a skate that would mimic the feel of ice skating off-season, and their design featured 2 parallel rows of wheels, one behind the other. This innovation allowed for better balance and stability. 1980s. In the 1980s, the Olsen brothers founded the company Rollerblade, Inc., which played a pivotal role in popularizing inline skating. They trademarked the term rollerblade, which became synonymous with inline skates, much like Kleenex for tissues. Rollerblade, Inc. worked on refining the design, creating better boot and wheel technology, and marketing inline skates as a recreational and fitness activity. 1990s. The 1990s saw a rollerblading boom. Inline skating became a fitness trend, and aggressive inline skating, or aggressive blading, emerged as a subculture, with skaters performing tricks and stunts on ramps and in skate parks. The X Games added inline skating events, further boosting its popularity. 2000s. Inline skating continued to evolve, with advancements in materials and technology, such as improved bearings and frame designs. It remained a popular activity for fitness enthusiasts and recreational skaters. Present day. Rollerblading remains a popular sport and recreational activity worldwide. It has a dedicated following of enthusiasts who participate in various disciplines, including speed skating, aggressive skating, slalom skating, and roller hockey. Inline skates have also found applications in urban commuting and fitness. Throughout its history, rollerblading has undergone various innovations and trends, making it a dynamic and enduring activity. It has left a lasting impact on sports and fitness culture, and rollerblading enthusiasts continue to enjoy the thrill of gliding on wheels. The evolution and cultural impact of rollerblading. In the late 20th century, a revolution was underway in the world of recreational sports. The rollerblade, a sleek and innovative take on the traditional roller skate, was about to take the world by storm. While the concept of roller skates had been around for decades, it was the Olsen brothers, Scott and Brennan, who would redefine the industry and popularize rollerblading as a global phenomenon. The journey of rollerblading began in the early 1970s when Scott and Brennan Olsen, both avid hockey players, were looking for a way to stay in shape during the off-season. Frustrated with the limitations of traditional roller skates, they decided to take matters into their own hands. Inspired by the design of ice hockey skates, they created a prototype of what would become the first modern inline skate. This design featured 2 parallel rows of wheels, providing better stability and a smoother ride compared to the traditional quad skates. In 1979, the Olsen brothers founded Rollerblade, Inc. Their mission was clear: to create a product that would replicate the sensation of ice skating on pavement. They refined their design, incorporating a comfortable boot, high-quality wheels, and precision bearings. The result was a cutting-edge inline skate that would revolutionize the world of roller sports. The term rollerblade became synonymous with inline skating, thanks to Rollerblade, Inc.'s successful marketing efforts. They embarked on an aggressive campaign to promote their product as a recreational activity and a fitness regimen. Rollerblading quickly gained popularity, and enthusiasts began using their skates for various purposes beyond leisurely strolls. It was not just a sport, it was a cultural phenomenon. In the 1990s, the cultural impact of rollerblading was undeniable. It was featured in movies, television shows, and commercials, further solidifying its status as a mainstream activity. Aggressive inline skating, with its daring tricks and stunts, captured the imagination of young athletes and inspired a subculture of skaters who pushed the limits of what was possible on wheels. Major events like the X Games introduced inline skating competitions, drawing in top athletes and a global audience. Speed skating and roller hockey gained popularity as competitive sports, showcasing the versatility of inline skates. As the 21st century dawned, rollerblading continued to evolve. Technological advancements led to lighter and more durable materials, while the rise of social media allowed skaters to share their talents and experiences with a worldwide audience. Today, rollerblading remains a vibrant and dynamic activity. Enthusiasts from all walks of life enjoy the freedom of gliding on wheels, whether it's for fitness, commuting, or the thrill of performing gravity-defying tricks. The legacy of the Olsen brothers and Rollerblade, Inc. endures, reminding us that innovation and passion can transform a simple idea into a global phenomenon that leaves a lasting mark on culture and recreation. Rollerblading isn't just a sport, it's a way of life for those who embrace the joy of the ride. The 1990s rollerblading revolution, rise of aggressive inline skating. As the 1990s rolled in, a vibrant and rebellious subculture was taking root in the world of rollerblading. It was the era of aggressive inline skating, a movement that pushed the boundaries of what could be done on wheels and left an indelible mark on youth culture. Aggressive inline skating emerged as an offshoot of traditional inline skating in the early 1990s. It was characterized by daring tricks, high-flying stunts, and a raw, unapologetic energy. What set it apart from conventional rollerblading was the use of specialized skates, typically featuring smaller, more maneuverable frames and grind plates, which allowed skaters to slide along rails, ledges, and other obstacles. The pioneers of aggressive inline skating were a fearless bunch. Skaters like Arlo Eisenberg, John Julio, and Chris Edwards took to the streets, skate parks, and urban landscapes to showcase their skills. They ollied off staircases, slid down handrails, and defied gravity with flips and spins, all while capturing their feats on grainy VHS tapes. The 1990s saw a groundswell of interest in aggressive inline skating. Videos like Airborne, Hoax, and Mad Beef gained cult followings, with each new release pushing the boundaries of what was possible. These videos not only showcased incredible skating but also featured alternative music soundtracks that resonated with the countercultural spirit of the time. The X Games, which had previously focused on sports like skateboarding and BMX, embraced inline skating as an official event in 1995. This move catapulted aggressive inline skating into the mainstream, bringing it to a wider audience and elevating its status as a legitimate extreme sport. For a generation of young skaters, aggressive inline skating represented more than just a sport, it was a lifestyle. Skate parks sprang up across the United States and beyond, providing a playground for enthusiasts to hone their skills. Skate companies like Rollerblade, USD, and Razors began producing skates specifically designed for aggressive skating, complete with customizable frames and sole plates. The 1990s also witnessed the rise of professional inline skaters who became household names within the subculture. Skaters like Cesar Mora, Frankie Morales, and Brian Shima were admired for their innovation and style, inspiring countless others to pick up their skates and attempt tricks of their own. However, with the turn of the millennium, the popularity of aggressive inline skating began to wane. Some skate parks closed, and mainstream media shifted its attention to other extreme sports. Nevertheless, the spirit of aggressive inline skating lives on, with a dedicated community of skaters and events like the Blading Cup keeping the flame alive. The 1990s rollerblading revolution and the rise of aggressive inline skating left an enduring legacy. It demonstrated that innovation and creativity could transform a simple recreational activity into a cultural phenomenon, inspiring generations of skaters to push their limits, break conventions, and defy gravity, all on 8 wheels. Rollerblading Resurgence. How skaters took to the streets in the 21st century. In the early 2000s, rollerblading found itself at a crossroads. The fervor of the 1990s had faded, skate parks had become scarcer, and the sport had fallen out of the limelight. However, a new generation of skaters was about to reignite the flame and bring rollerblading back to the streets. As the 21st century dawned, rollerblading was perceived by some as a niche sport. Skateboarding and BMX had risen to greater prominence, but a dedicated community of rollerbladers remained, passionate and determined to keep the sport alive. One of the driving forces behind the rollerblading resurgence was the rise of social media and digital content platforms. Skaters began sharing their tricks, sessions, and personal journeys online, reaching audiences worldwide. YouTube, Instagram, and other platforms provided a global stage for rollerblading's creative and daring spirit. Skate parks, though fewer in number, continued to be hubs of innovation and camaraderie. Skaters gathered at these parks to exchange ideas, develop new tricks, and film their sessions. The skate park culture persisted, serving as a focal point for the rollerblading community. However, what truly set the rollerblading resurgence apart was its return to the streets. Skaters rediscovered the thrill of exploring urban landscapes on wheels. They navigated through city streets, utilizing stairs, ledges, handrails, and any other obstacle that came their way. Street skating became an art form, blending athleticism, creativity, and a touch of rebellion. Skaters began to collaborate with videographers and photographers, producing high-quality content that showcased the beauty and excitement of rollerblading. Street edits, as they were called, proliferated on social media, attracting not only former skaters but also a new generation of enthusiasts who were inspired by the raw energy and inventiveness of the sport. The apparel industry took notice, with skate companies producing stylish and functional clothing and gear tailored to the needs of modern rollerbladers. Companies like Them Skates, Valo, and USD continued to innovate with skate designs, incorporating features that catered to street skaters' demands. One of the defining moments of the rollerblading resurgence came with the establishment of events like the Blading Cup in California. These competitions brought skaters from around the world to showcase their skills in a festival atmosphere, rekindling the sense of community and celebration that had been a hallmark of the sport. Rollerblading's resurgence illustrated the enduring appeal of the sport's blend of creativity, athleticism, and individualism. It wasn't just a physical activity. It was a way of reclaiming urban spaces, connecting with like-minded individuals, and expressing oneself through movement. The 21st century rollerblading revival demonstrated that even in a rapidly changing world, passion and a shared love for a sport could breathe new life into an age-old pastime. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.